Look at us. We've done the official transfer. Michael Strahan strutting through the stadium. And we have gone from Bourbon Street to the Superdome, getting you ready for Super Bowl 59. The countdown continues, and by the end of the night, we could have history made as the Kansas City Chiefs have their eyes on an unprecedented three-peat. But the Eagles, who, by the way, are going for a second Super Bowl win in 8 years, will have plenty to say about that. Come on inside and stay just a little while longer with us, folks. Welcome you to the Superdome. No venue in America has hosted more Super Bowls than the 8 that have been played in this place. Fans just now starting to make their way in as kickoff is just over 2 hours away. Guys, it is great to be here. The atmosphere on Bourbon Street was electric, Jimmy, but it's nice to be inside and really start focusing on the game.
Well, I think everybody's excited. You got two great football teams with Kansas City and Philadelphia. They played in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. And you look at the matchup of this ball game, you know, Kansas City, they don't have the explosive plays that they had years ago, but they can work the ball down the field. They'll do that against Philadelphia's zone defense. And then on the other side, you got Barkley, who is the greatest running back in the league this year, got a great offensive line. Can they run the football against Spagnuolo's defense? And Spagnuolo has been one of the top defensive coordinators in the league for a long time. He'll be blitzing a bunch, Howie.
Yeah, and I think it's a distinctly different matchup between the one we had 2 years ago with Kansas City and Philadelphia. And I think simply because the Saquon effect and the impact he's had on that offense, and, you know, Jalen having to make adjustments, the wide receivers having to make adjustments, taking a lesser role, and the defense is revamped. Vic Fangio is as good as there is in the game. He's a guy that hasn't won a Super Bowl yet. He's going up against a guy in Steve Spagnuolo who's won, what, four?
Won four.
So,
Giants,
yeah, I mean, it's a great matchup.
Yeah, it's a great matchup, and that guy right there, Jalen Hurts, I think he's the key for Philadelphia. We all know what to expect from Saquon Barkley. We know what to expect from Patrick Mahomes. I mean, you kind of got certain players, you know what you're gonna get. I think Jalen Hurts, he's capable of so much. It's today the day he puts it all together, because when they have to pass the ball this season, he's been able to do it. If it required for them to run, he's been able to do it. I think there's been a lot of unfair criticism sometimes of Jalen Hurts to go, well, he just hasn't thrown the ball. When other guys do it, they usually say, oh, you know what, he just does what it takes for the team to win. But now when they need him to pass it, he doesn't get the credit. I think Jalen Hurts, a lot of eyes are on him. He is the key, but this is a guy who can do everything, and I hope after this game he gets the credit he deserves for being a quarterback that does whatever it takes to get the team win, if it's throwing for 300 or if it's handed off to Saquon Barkley.
Michael, if you want credit, win the game.
Of course.
That's how you get credit.
But these guys who don't win the game get all this credit, TB, for being a key quarterback.
He was the best player on the field in the last Super Bowl.
If you 2 years ago, had it not been for the 36-yard fumble return for a touchdown, they go up 24-7, right?
Right, they would have.
Yeah, 24-7 at halftime. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Okay, they had the turnover. What has happened in this game? We saw last week when Washington Commanders went in to play Philly. Both of the teams had been on a 5-game streak in which neither team had turned the ball over, and one of us said, and I don't think it was
that was
me.
you.
Was that me that said that? Stop it, Terry.
You know, I'm just giving you credit
right
where it's
now.
due.
That turnovers are the key. I didn't say. I
You
swear.
got a nice way of
Mike,
asking for
Mike,
credit.
I
It
swear
wanted to
to
be
you, Mike,
acknowledged
Mike.
without
I
saying
did
it.
not set myself up. I swear.
He said turnovers, and then Jimmy said for the first time in 31 years, it's not the team that makes the most big plays, it's a team that makes the fewest mistakes.
I've said it a few times. I'm not through.
Said it about 30 times this year.
Hey, down there. And what happened in that game?
Yeah.
Washington turned it over 4 times, and they scored 4 touchdowns off of 4 turnovers. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but in games like this, when you have 2 teams, as far as I'm concerned, that are equally matched.
Even
yes.
Patrick Mahomes started yawning.
I just
okay?
I just got.
Hey, neither one of these
I got
teams,
a rap like
they have one combined turnover in the postseason, so don't count on that happening.